Well, good morning. It's July 26th. Um, Starting my second day through the 100-mile wilderness. I think this is called Long Pond here. It was inundated with young summer campers. So it was interesting, just a ton of boys and having a really good time. Gotta make sure I don't fall off this plank. Got a long day ahead of me. The next few days are long days. We have some mountains. Today I might get a view of Mount Katahdin, which would be interesting. They say you can see it from Whitecap on a clear day. And yes, this is like the 5th or 6th day with sunlight in it. Yes, it rained yesterday, but the sun still came out. So it's not gorillas in the mist. Can you believe it? So really happy about being in drier weather, although it does make these water sources dry up really quickly. So I got to pay attention to water and make sure I don't screw that up, because we're up in the mountains. But parking next to the pond, you know, that's where the shelter is, so the mosquitoes are pretty incredible. Getting swarmed this morning. Playing the bog board game here. Yeah, getting swarmed this morning, and they're very aggressive, and so are the deer flies, and whatever you want to call them, moose flies. Yeah. I guess they don't have very much time to live up here, so they get real aggressive about eating you. Deer flies, they take a bite out of you. See a little red dot where they took a chunk of skin, run off and feed their family with it. I decided to come down to the shelter even though it's 0.3 off the trail. That's ludicrous, you know, that's over a half a mile extra on already long days. I didn't realize the spring, which the lady at the hostel was trying to tell me, that like, hey, there's a spring up there, go left. Don't go right down to the shelter. You can find a tent spot there and not put in all those extra miles. I didn't know what she was talking about. Now I do. You don't know till you know. Then it's too late. So hopefully today we can get in some big miles. I thought I got big miles in yesterday, but I didn't. Sure felt like it. Ended the day with a 2,000-foot climb. Supposed to be like 20-something miles, and I ended up being 19. But I went beyond my goal for the day by 4 miles, so I'm proud of that. I went past day one's goal, and I'll have to go past day two's goal now and see if I can't. Whew, this place is a long way down. See if I can't shorten up my time here in the wilderness, and then maybe get to Katahdin a day earlier, which is important if there's weather problems, because I have August 2nd to get to the airport to catch my flight that Mark Kimber has arranged for me. So, yippers. Bit of complexity here. I'm gonna turn you around. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to deal with while chatting with you. It's a lot drier than yesterday, man. Everything was soaking wet and super slippery, so today's gonna be more gooder. Hopefully it won't get super hot either. One of the two, right? You're getting rained on or you're getting baked. That's okay. We got the woods to cover us for most of today. I'm still in complete denial about being so close to being finished, because 100 miles to me is long. And everyone else is like, no, dude, you gotta make plans. And I did. I really enjoyed my stay at Shaw's. They treat everybody like it's the first time. You know, they just so patient, have a lot of good positive energy. They have lots of musical instruments. They have pianos, guitars, and a mandolin, which is fabulous. So, pretty excited about that. That was cool. I'm hoping the AT hostel has something similar. I don't have a reservation with them or a pickup with them yet. I'll make that on Rainbow Ridge. I'm going to say that's our last connection to the internet or signal, Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi, but regular signal. And so I have to organize a room with them there and then coordinate a pickup in the park, Baxter Park, for getting off Mount Katahdin. So I have to make a decision on my bid for going up that hill days in advance. So it's kind of nerve-wracking. Like, what if weather moves in and I can't get there? You know, and then you can't communicate that you couldn't get there. It just complicates everything a lot. Sticks are sticky. I like to get in the shoelaces. We're blue blazing right now until we get to the trail, which is coming up. The people I was staying in the shelter with said they met Hoppy yesterday. So Hoppy's flying along. He's just a day ahead of me, which means a lot. The way that boy hikes. One day is 25 miles or more. Could be 30 by now. I'm gonna try and get one of those in as well. So today's kind of tough. Yesterday was a little bit tougher than the rest of the 100-mile wilderness because we're in the mountains and stuff. And after the mountains today, it'll be super flat, which puts people in a mood to go 30, 35-mile days. Cool. So I could have stayed up here by the spring down here. Little path that goes down to a spring or something like that. But I got to socialize, so that's good. Anyway, off we go. Well, I managed to make my way up to an airplane crash. I don't know what it is. Could be a Scout or a Piper. Looks like a Scout. They cut the landing gear off of it. But yeah, a lot of good parts. Hardcore, dude. Back to work. Wouldn't it be strange to have a view in Maine without a lake in it? Anyway. Beautiful day. I can't believe it's like the 6th day with sunlight in it at some point. I'm just, wow. So happy. About noon, we'll see how I'm screaming about the heat. Just standard tree line, hopefully. Well, now there you go. I just finished coming down off of that guy. I got 4 more of those bumps before you start heading down for a long down, and then I have a long climb up to the top of White Bald or something like that. There's a place. So kind of a bit of a roller coaster. We're in the Chairback Mountains, I think they call them. So working my way through. Not really fast today. I'm right at 2 miles an hour, which is okay in the mountains. I mean, that's reasonable considering all the trips and ankle twists and all the other fun stuff that happen constantly, especially on the downhills. They're pretty steep steps and roots and snags. Stuff we've seen before, but it really slows you down. Well, it slows me down. I know Hoppy just bounces down those things like they're nothing, but I want to live. I'm too far into this to get hurt now. So I'll take my sweet time and get done what I need to get done. I mean, it doesn't matter if I get to the shelter at 6 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I think I conserve more energy at 6. So I'm gonna take it easy, enjoy my victory lap here, if you want to call it that. Gotta keep looking around, man. Miss the trail real easy. So hoping I have enough food energy with me to get me through all this. My pack weighs a ton. I'm eating some of Gazelle's food. By now she's barking up Katahdin, barking up that tree. She's gonna get the women's fastest time for unassisted through hike. So she's like 5 days ahead of it, and she's averaging 30 miles a day. Averaging. I've never done a 30-mile day. I came all the way up here just to go all the way back down there. Okay. Well, we're in the fun part again. Really slow going through all this stuff. It's pretty sketchy for me. There's a lot of different ways to screw up. I'm gonna put you away as I deal with this challenge. Well, those are the bumps we've been working on this morning. I'm up on the second Chairback Mountain. Hazy day, a little bit of smoke from some fires from somewhere. Lord knows it can't be from traffic. There ain't nothing out here. It's a beautiful day, the temperatures are nice and cool. So that's what I have ahead of me. That pointy mountain in the very background, I gotta go over that one. I think that's gonna be Whitecap, and I'll be able to see Mama Kay from there. In the meantime, I gotta go over this and the Whitecap way back there. I gotta go over both of these today. So I got a lot of work to do. Well, coming down off the next bump, and ready to face my next nemesis, which should be that guy. Camp's on the other side of it. It's a long haul. I think after that you could see Mount Katahdin from up there, so that'll be interesting. That almost looks like it, but it isn't it. But yeah, we're getting close. So looking at where we just came from, they marched us all the way to the end of this mountain and then decided to come down there. The steepest part on this whole hillside is the one path they chose. Brilliant. It makes sense. So I met Trip at the river crossing. He was sitting in the comfy chair, feet in the water, wearing a uniform, loving his job. It was filled with a great amount of information. Asked me if I knew what I was doing. Told him what I knew. He goes, exactly, but it would be better if you went to Arbo or even Baxter Bridge Campground, so you're closer in the morning to get on the list. Says also it's better to wait for a clear day so that you can have a good summit. And it looks like Tuesday and Wednesday is rain. Tuesday is like 20 and Wednesday is like 50. Guess we're going this way. So those are kind of falling on days where I was considering, but I got to get out of this wilderness first. It's a wilderness, yeah. I could see people walking around here without backpacks, without water, hanging out. It's a death trap. Yeah, people are out here enjoying it. Seen lots of summer campers, groups of kids. Boy, they sure make a lot of hullabaloo about this stuff, and it's really just stupid. So there's one guy I found on the trail. He was at Shaw's wearing a dust mask. Look Filipino, small statured man, carrying a monster backpack and then 2 handbags that were filled and completely heavy. And everything the opposite of what you want to do for hiking. He's wearing really thick, heavy clothes. So he must have been sweating like a pig. But Trip just asked me, hey, have you seen this guy? I was like, yeah. I saw him at the first shelter after Shaw's. He says, oh, well, he's been arrested and we're trying to keep an eye out on him. I was like, oh, great. I'm sure he's just a little off his rocker and not harmful, if not antagonized. So don't antagonize. The trail down here has been beautiful. But I'm knackered today. I don't understand what's going on, but I guess the Chairback Mountains kicked my lily butt. And I don't seem to be regaining the energy to get up and over Whitecap today. So I'm being a quitter. I put me back on plan A because plan B was, going beyond plan A and seeing how well I do. But I'm not going to sleep in a shelter. I'm going to try to get tent set up because I just don't sleep well in the shelters with the mosquitoes. And I need rest really badly. I'm knackered. Fell asleep on the trail when I was sitting there, so that's not a good sign. And I'm peeing a lot. That means I'm hydrated. Yay! So that's good. It's warm down here in the valley. We got to get back up higher. Be much more gooder. I got like 10 miles to get 2,000 feet in, which is really kind of a flat thing. But I saw that one of the miles was 1,000 feet per mile. So there is a little bit of challenge in there. But the rest is what you're looking at right here. The trail doesn't change. It's always going to be roots, rocks, and bogboards. Roots, rocks, and bogboards ad nauseum. Can't look up for a second. But the trail down here near the road and near the river crossing have been exceptionally groomed and beautiful. So that's, any relief at all is welcome. So I can't believe we're in this so far, as I got 83 miles to go to end this trip. 83. That's like, wow. 2 digits, soon to be down to 1. Unbelievable. So that could be 420s. I don't think so. But I'm gonna try to get as close to 20-mile days in as I can. It freaks a lot of people out that we're doing that because they're all Sobos and they don't have their legs at all. The Nobos have their legs, so they just like pile on the miles. And they miss out on the 100-mile wilderness. Well, a lot of people are hiking through it and then yo-yoing back, and some people are taking 19, 20 days to get through it so they can enjoy it as much as they can. Swimming at the ponds, enjoying the sunsets and sunrises. I'm just on a death march. Get it over with. So I'm gonna miss out on the beauty of this place. I do stop and smell the roses. I do film, so I can see it later from the comfort of my sofa with a beer in hand. Yay! Oh, I'm getting pooped. Ate up a day's worth of snacks already. I'm kind of scared to go into next day's snacks, but I'm told there's a general store at the bridge, so, and 2 campgrounds, so everything's there that I need before I go up Katahdin. So probably buckets of ice cream and everything. So everything's falling into place. Timing is getting pretty good. If the weather doesn't cooperate, it might mean that Hoppy will take a day off and wait for good weather, and then I can summit with him or near him. That guy's fast. That'd be kind of fun. I'm gonna put you away so I can double pull up this mountain. Bye.